State Department. Since Hope Hicks is gone, we only have one cutie left, Heather Nauert.
Yeah, she's not quitting.
She's not quitting, but man, this was an interesting exchange. Matt Lee back on the scene, and I think we might be able to see some Matt-Heather romance.
That would be nice.
It could happen. He's all over her like a cheap suit. This is regarding the video that Putin showed during his big televised speech. This was the animation of how his weapons were going to blow us up. And I think if you look at that video, kind of looks like the missiles are coming into, Florida.
Yeah,
that's kind of Florida. And she was asked about this, and listen to her Dimension B kick in massively. Oh yeah. Well, clip one first.
What I wanted to ask is about the statements made by President Putin this morning regarding these new weapons that he said had been tested. I'm wondering what what the diplomatic reaction to this is from this building.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I can tell you many of us watched that speech with great interest here from the State Department, and I would imagine across U.S. government as well. One of the things I want to make clear, and we've talked about this type of thing before, that we're not going to react to every word or idea that world leaders express. It was certainly unfortunate to have watched the video animation that depicted a nuclear attack on the United States. I mean, that's something that we certainly did not enjoy watching. We don't regard that as the behavior of a responsible international player. So I just want to make that very clear. We just don't consider it to be responsible.
So you are reacting to you say you're not going to react to, but you feel
to every, but you know.
He set a trap for her, didn't he?
No kidding.
We're not. Oh, but you are. You just reacted to it.
Very clear. We just don't consider it to be responsible.
So you are reacting to you say you're not going to react to, but you feel
to every, but
you feel compelled in this case.
Compelled to say, look, we saw it, and we don't think it's responsible. We don't think that kind of imagery, seeing the portrayal in a cheesy video of that kind of attack being conducted on the United States as being a responsible action.
Cheesy? Come on, the production was pretty good. It wasn't all that bad, Heather.
It wasn't cheesy.
It wasn't cheesy. Now we have in the State Department.
By the way, just to stop you there, I don't know if you noticed this, but once in a while, if you get, depending on what kind of crazy software you can hook up on your machine, you can get a lot of very unusual feeds of video from different parts of the world. And Russian production at its highest level right now, in terms of, like, we used to always joke about it in the studio, but it looks like it was made in Russia because you don't have anybody, you're just up against the wall or something.
Right.
It's pretty dynamite. The Russians are doing tremendous.
They have great television. Oh yeah,
tremendous graphics and other things. It's really something.
I think there's the couple of Russian channels on Pluto TV on the Roku.
Yeah, it could
I've watched it there. It's pretty good. I'm glad you brought that up, because missing from the State Department press corps is still Gyan Chichikhan. I don't know what happened to her. She's been disappeared. But there were, luckily, other Russian television journalists there. And look out, Dimension B, here comes Heather.
I'm sorry, your name is?
Alexander Kristenko, Russian TV. I'm still considering negotiations with Russia on global security issues, in nuclear arms issues, after today's announcement.
So your question is, would we cut off conversations and negotiations?
I mean, do you change something in your attitude toward this?
Well, look, it's certainly concerning to see your government, to see your country put together that kind of video that shows the Russian government attacking the United States. That's certainly a concern of ours. I don't think that that's very constructive, nor is it responsible. I'll leave it at that.
It was not attacking the United States. It was two missiles sent to different directions. So why do you say that they are taking? Sorry, I'm from Russia.
You're from Russian TV
Russia.
too.
Yes,
okay.
Yes,
okay. Enough said. Then I'll move on.
What does that mean?
So she said, you're from Russian TV too? I'll leave it at that then. Enough said. Doesn't even answer the question. And then luckily some of the other journos pop in here.
From directions. So why do you say that they are taking? Sorry, I'm from Russia.
You're from Russian TV too.
Yes,
okay.
Yes,
okay. Enough said then. I'll move on.
Sorry. What does that mean?
What does what
mean? They're not officials of the Russian government. They're just asking a question about Russia.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, we know that that RT and other Russian news or so-called news organizations are funded and directed by the Russian government. So if I don't have a whole lot of tolerance,
Heather, can I just ask you one thing about this video? This video that you're talking about, the cartoon. Excuse me. As I understand it, and I could be wrong, the video that was played doesn't actually show the missiles hitting anything. But I'm just asking, is it the assessment of the U.S. government that had the missiles in the video ended up at their presumed target? That target was the United States?
Matt, I think it certainly looks like that. I'd ask you to go back and take a look at that. It's pretty clear what their target is.
She's coming unglued.
She's unhinged.
She is. She's totally Dementia B.
Oh, she's Dementia B. She's in chaos. Okay, so I looked up Gyan Chichkan's Twitter account.
Did she have a baby?
She has not posted anything since August of 2017.
I'm telling you, she's been disappeared.